What's up, people? Hope you can hear me. It's kind of windy out here, but I'm headed back into the El Paso, Texas police headquarters. Today's the day. It's been some time, but today's the day that I am trying to make a move in the name of accountability and justice. As you may know by watching my previous videos, I have a lot of content on my previous stops for open carry, because it all starts with the people calling in, and pretty much every single person that called in about me made up stories and falsified police reports, stuff like that. I mean, police calls, police emergency calls, and so they've cost me a lot of headache and stress, frustration. I've been having to jump through a lot of hoops to get records and stuff like that. So now here I am, El Paso headquarters once again, and I'm here to file charges against the people responsible for my grief. That's 5 people in total. Well, actually 5 calls, but more people than that. I can give you a body count later. But let's go inside and do this. Oh, and I won't be open carrying today because I don't like these guys taking my gun away from me, entering a secure area of the station. And even at that point, if something went down here while I'm back there disarmed, it's not like I'd be able to have access to my gun anyways. But yeah, I'm not open carrying mainly because I don't want these guys putting their hands on my cherish. So let's go in.
Just a moment, sir. This is Peggy. May I help you? Just a moment. Yes, sir.
Hi, you said your name's Peggy?
Yeah.
Hi. I'm here today because I would like to speak with a detective. I have a lot of, maybe grievances is the wrong word to say, but I have a lot of stuff that I need to go over with a detective in reference to filing some charges against some people.
Okay. El Paso Police Headquarters, this is Peggy. May I help you? No, you need to call a different number for that. That phone number is 212-0221. 0221. That's 0221. 212-0221. There's 2 2s in the last 4. One. Yes. Yes. No. This is Peggy at the front desk. I have a gentleman that would like to make a report, but he wants to speak to a detective. Go ahead and send one out. Thank you. Someone will be right out.
Okay.
Just have a seat.
Thank you, Peggy. How's it going? I'm Alex. You're a detective?
No, sir. Officer.
Oh, I asked for a detective and they said they'd send me one.
You want to come back on Friday? Because that's the day to reports.
Oh, okay. So what would we be doing here today? Because I'm here to discuss.
What do you want? Let's say what you need first. So what's going on?
Well, basically, I've been having a lot of issues with people calling the cops on me.
People calling the cops on you?
Yeah, for doing legal activities.
For doing legal activities?
Yes.
Okay.
The legal activity I'm talking about is open carrying of a firearm.
Okay.
So
An officer show up to your house or what?
They show up to where I'm at my location at the time that they
And
call.
they okay with you? They explain to you, or what's going on?
Well, all of that's completely different. I'm not here to talk about what happened with the officers, but
Okay.
I have been, I guess, griefed, maybe the word, but I've been frustrated by the whole situation of what's been happening, and it all starts with the callers. These people calling 911 are making false emergency calls. They're saying a lot of lies about me. They're saying
Who are
things
these
that are
people?
not true.
Are they the same people?
These are different. These are 5 different people.
But are they in cahoots, or are they together?
No,
or
it's
just different times.
It's different times.
okay.
I've got about 5 different dates, and let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to say maybe 6 to 7 people involved.
Okay.
All right. This
But
stretches.
they don't know each other. It's nothing like that.
They don't know each other.
So it's just one of those things they see with the open carry, and they get freaked out and they call.
Right, but that's my problem. Is that it's understandable if people are concerned and whatnot, but they're not calling the cops to say, "Oh, I saw somebody with a gun on his hip," and when they ask the questions, did he point at anybody? Was he threatening anybody? They don't say stuff like, "No, he was just walking with a gun on his hip or whatever. He wasn't doing anything wrong." They instead go on and to say other stuff that's going to promise that the cops show up and accost me.
Like what?
They make false statements like saying that I'm taking my gun out of my holster. They make false statements that I'm brandishing my weapon. They make false statements saying that I'm arguing with people while I'm carrying my firearm and showing my firearm as a way of intimidation in the argument.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things that they're falsifying about me. They're even profiling me, saying that I look like a criminal.
Okay.
Okay,
And who
so
told you this what you're thinking they're saying, or someone?
no,
told you that?
I've got the 911 calls.
Okay.
I've done my homework. I've requested all the records that I've needed.
Okay.
And so now it's time to follow up on some accountability, because all these callers are calling in with one goal in mind: to get me arrested, to get me approached by police because they think I'm doing something wrong.
Now, is this in the same area, same place?
It's roughly,
Where's this place at?
it's in the west side.
Okay, is it an apartment complex?
No, it's one of them is on the Sun Metro West Side Terminal grounds.
Okay.
Another one, actually a couple of the incidents involved while I was visiting the Walmart that's pretty much right behind it.
Okay.
And another one takes place down there at the Sun Metro headquarters right there on
So it's
Montana.
basically, like you're saying, the bus station.
What's that?
It's the bus stations mostly.
Well, no. It's kind of maybe half and half, split down the middle. But yeah, I've got 2 separate incidents, but involving multiple personnel.
So one incident,
And-
multiple people called in. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's all related to one incident, but within a 2-day span.
Okay.
From one day to the next.
So it's multiple callers on each time they call, right?
Well, what it is the Sun Metro. It's the security guards.
Security guards are complaining.
Yes,
are calling it in.
they're starting to harass me because I filed a complaint against one of them with the issue that I encountered in the restroom.
Something like that, you're gonna have to go talk to the Southern Metro.
No, I've already done that, and that's where the second part comes in, and they try to do the same thing. Both of them try to get me maliciously arrested, make complete false accusations about me. So, and it all started off with harassment by the guards once they learned that I complained against them.
Have you tried calling the supervisor again?
What supervisor?
The Southern Metro supervisor?
No, because that guy, I don't want anything to do with him except to see him in a holding cell, because that
So
guy,
he's the one that's calling on you.
he's one of them. He on the 911 call, he explicitly says all kinds of stuff that's wrong, accusing me of doing illegal activity with the sole purpose of maliciously having me arrested. I have video evidence, I have the 911 calls, and then you guys can generate the incident reports.
You do understand, though, when we're called, we have to go verify.
Okay, no. You see, that's where you're wrong. Because
We have to.
if no, that's wrong. Because if the person who calls in, that's wrong. Let me tell you why. Because the person who calls in, if they're saying the truth, the truth things, if they're sitting there and they're telling the truth and nothing but the truth,
Oh, they're saying the
then
truth.
at that point, it's up to the 911 operator to tell that person, you know what, that guy's abiding by the law. We can't do anything about it. And let me quote Mr. Sheriff Richard Wiles. Okay, even the Horizons police chief, when open carry was about to start, or maybe after it started, specifically said that a person walking down the street just gun in the holster doing nothing wrong is not a reason for a deputy or a police officer to respond. So you can tell me that you guys have to check it out all you want, but that is completely false. And if that's what you guys are abiding by, then you guys need to retrain.
Well, sir,
because all this is doing is having me accosted by your police officers.
okay. The thing is, though, what you're telling me right now, though, is that they're saying that you're taking out your holster, you're taking out your gun.
Exactly.
They're saying all that, right?
Right. So like I said, I'm not here to talk about the cops. I'm here to talk about the callers because they're the ones that are starting it. They're falsifying emergency calls. That's illegal.
Okay.
Okay. And as far as the security guards, they're harassing me. And that harassment led to further harassment by them calling the cops malicious on me, trying to get me arrested.
Have you gotten yourself an attorney to talk to about San Metro people maliciously?
I'm handling that in my background,
Okay.
but I'm here to file charges because this is the place where I need to go to. I've been told by police officers before that I have to come into a police station to file a report, but I'm trying to file charges.
What kind of charges do you want to file?
Well, let's say, if there's one for profiling, harassment,
Well, harassment would be
trying to, and falsifying police emergency calls.
So you're saying that 6 different people, there's all security guards that are calling on you?
No, I'm not saying that at all. You're not listening to me. I'm telling you that it's different people.
Okay. But
It's
right now you
split
just
down the
mentioned
middle.
security guards.
Right now, I'm just giving you an instance of
Or the
some
security
of it
guards.
because that's what you asked.
But it's different people, right?
But it's different people. It's citizens of El Paso. It's security guard personnel, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right now, all I could do, if you want, I could document what you're telling me, but that's all I can do right now.
No, this can't be a documentation. It has to be an actual
There's
report
nothing
with
we
some
can do
charges. Why not?
Huh?
These people are breaking the law. Why are you guys refusing to help me? You guys are quick to respond to somebody who's doing a perfectly legal activity, walking down the street, as the law says I can.
But we
All
still
right,
have to.
and
if
you guys are
someone-
coming down because of what
Sir.
these people are saying. They're falsifying police reports,
sir.
in getting my freedom impeded.
Okay.
Do you understand?
The thing is that you have to understand also, sir, what I just said right now. If people are calling in, we have to go respond. If they're saying, if they're
Okay, so
saying,
now you keep referring to what the cops. I'm not here to talk about the
Okay,
cops.
but that's a whole- this is
I've
a whole
already done.
incident, sir.
I understand, but I've already got all my stuff worked out
if
with the
these-
cops
if
and
these
and
people-
what I'm
then
following
these
up on
people
with
need to
them.
be more educated than they have to be educated.
Okay, and that's where the 911 operators need to come in and tell them,
Well,
okay,
then
he's
that's
not
up to the
doing anything
911
wrong.
But if they're
but-
saying that they're seeing you taking your gun,
and that's what I'm telling you. They're lying.
Well,
So
then
why
how-
is it
how-
that
how
you
is
guys
the
have to come
911
respond to me when I'm carrying legally, abiding by the law, but when somebody calls in and makes a malicious report, and keep in mind, I see on the news that people call 911 and end up getting in prison because they end up falsifying a police report and they falsify emergency calls.
that's when a
So that's
detective
something that
investigates
happens.
that.
That's something that can happen.
Okay, that's something
These
that
people are no different than those news posts that I'm seeing. They're calling in. They know exactly what they're doing when they're calling 911. They're not telling the truth. They're saying stuff to make the cops come and get me. And that's an illegal activity. You can't sit there and go around and tell people that I saw this and I saw that. If I went out there and I called the cops and I told them, oh, there's a bomb inside a building. When you guys don't find a bomb in the building, what are you going to do when you investigate it? You're going to come and get me and say I falsified an emergency call. Isn't that right?
Well, that's the point right there. When the officers show up to talk with you and they find that nothing happened, have they arrested you for it?
No.
And what do they do?
They actually falsely imprisoned me and let me go from the precinct the first time around.
They did take you into the precinct.
Yeah, falsely
Okay, what did
imprisoned
they
me. Criminals, pure criminal police.
What were they? What do you mean criminal police?
Yeah, they falsely imprisoned me.
Who was it?
Does that
Here in
make
El
any
Paso
sense?
PD?
Yeah. Westside PD, they falsely imprisoned me, violated my rights, did all that
Did
stuff.
you go to IA for that?
Yeah, I've taken care of all my stuff that I have to do, but I'm not here to talk about the cops. I'm here to talk about filing charges against the 911 callers, and you don't want to help me. What is your name?
Caller, sir. Officer Castaneda.
Officer Castaneda. What's your badge number?
2728.
2728.
If you want to speak to my supervisor, I'll bring my supervisor out here.
Okay, fine. I mean, I asked for a detective, and I don't understand why I didn't get a detective. You know, I once knew a girl who walked into the Northeast Precinct, was able to get a detective to speak to her, probably because she's a female, and she went and did the same thing and filed charges for harassment against somebody.
Here's the problem here, and not really a problem, but this is a situation. Here on this day, this is the day that our office takes care of the reports, which is all our officers. Our office is consistent of officers. If you want a detective, you could come back. I'm not sure I'll find out what days the detectives take reports and they could come back up here and talk to you. But if you want, I could go see if we could get a detective if you want to speak to a detective.
I want to speak to a detective, and she
can
told
go
me
see
that I would have a detective come out here and talk to me.
Well,
So.
I can tell you, we're the unit that takes care of reports today. That's the reason why they send me up here. But if
Okay,
you wanna speak to a
and that's
detective-
why I wanted to speak to a detective,
let me go see
because
what I could do.
I had a feeling you guys weren't going to want to help me. So
Well, let's see what we can do, all right? Have you gone? Well, you could go to IA also if you.
No, they told me, an officer from the West Side Command Center told me, and I have it on video footage. He told me that I can go to IA and they would take care of that. When I went to IA, they told me that they don't follow up on those kind of complaints. That it's only within administration.
Exactly.
And it's administrative procedure. So
What's your name?
now you're telling me the same thing that guy told me, but you're acknowledging that they don't do that stuff either. So, like, why are you telling me that I should go to IA to file these reports against the callers?
No, not against the callers. If you want to speak, they have detectives at IA.
Okay.
IA do have detectives.
Okay, they have detectives,
Yes,
but how are they going to help me if they're not going to take
Who's
my
going to help you
complaint?
here, sir?
What do you mean who's going to help me here? This is the police headquarters.
Okay. What's your name, sir? And I'll see if I could go get a detective for you.
I'll give you my first name, Alex, and if you can get a detective to come and see me, then I'll give him the rest of my information.
Okay, I'll be right back, all right, sir?
Okay, thank you.
So this is Sergeant
Hi,
Cardenas?
I'm Sergeant Cardenas.
Hi.
Come on,
Are you a detective?
I'm not. I'm a sergeant. I'm a supervisor. I understand you're demanding to speak to a detective?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me explain to you the way it works. When you come up here and make a report on telephone harassment, any type of harassment, whatever, are you recording me?
Why?
I didn't know if you're recording me.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I think you.
You don't need to
If
know
you need,
that.
if you need to make a report, he's going to generate a case number. He'll make the report, and I know I am being recorded. At that point, it gets assigned to a detective. He'll call you, and he'll call you in for statement if it warrants that. But the first step in any investigation is he needs to make the number one report.
Okay, that
You
doesn't...
come in and,
that-
and demanding to speak to a detective.
No, well, first I asked. But after this guy showed me that he didn't want to help me out, then I demanded. But he also offered too. Before I said I demanded, well, I didn't even say the word demanded, but yeah, technically I'm
All right.
demanding a detective. But he offered it too. Okay, I'll go see and
He can make
and
an
if there's a
information
detective.
report for you, and at that, it'll be assigned to West Side if that's where it's going to, and a detective will then call you in to get a
Okay,
statement from
well
you.
that doesn't make sense because like I told this gentleman, I knew somebody once, a
Turn your
female.
recorder up.
I knew somebody once who tried to get somebody arrested under the pretense of harassment. Are you listening to me, or are you just gonna walk away?
You want him to take a report from you, he will.
You're seriously just walking away from me right now? Why?
Yeah.
You guys don't want to do your jobs?
You want me to do a report, yes, sir, or no?
Wow. What'd you say your name is again?
Cardenas,
Cardenas. And what's your badge number?
1022.
1022.
You have a
want
Wow.
report, sir?
Like from the west side to here to the east, like all you guys are just criminals, man. Straight up. You guys don't want to help people out who really have a reason to be helped out. But yet when somebody calls the cops on me and says whatever they want to say, you guys are willing to help them out. But I'm here for accountability and justice, and this is how I just got treated.
You want a report, sir, yes or no?
You know what I'm saying? The fact that this guy's telling me that I can't record, what's he trying to tell me? That I'm breaking the law or something?
Do you want to
Trying to tell me that I can't record? He doesn't want to be on camera is what it is.
Sir, do you want to report, yes or no?
You know what? I don't want to deal with you guys. That's why I didn't go to the west side, because those motherfuckers kidnapped me.
Okay, sir.
They kidnapped me, and I came here because I thought since this is headquarters, you guys are going to do something about something.
I could do a report.
But no, I don't trust over there, and now what you guys showed me today, I don't trust none of you fuckers here. So
Okay, sir.
you guys can go kiss your own asses, man. Wow. See that? See that, America? And anybody around the world watching? That's how the cops are. That's how they are. They don't want to help a person who really needs to be helped, but they want to go out there and they want to accost people. They want to take emergency calls and go by whatever that person fucking says, and everything's all grits and gravy. But when the bottom line hits and the truth comes out, and I get these emergency calls and I already knew what was going on because I never did anything wrong, and I come and try to find some justice about it, they don't want to help. This is the same location, the headquarters, where Greg Allen, chief of police, which Mr. Grissom had a phone call with, comes and works at it. If I'm not mistaken, he works out of this location. I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Chief Greg Allen is in here, man. And it was just a bad idea to come here because I knew I was going to face this bullshit. Did you see how that fucking cop, that stupid fucking sergeant, did you see how he treated me? How he acted? Yeah, that's some bullshit right there. Fuck the police, man. Those motherfuckers ain't nothing but criminals. Ain't worth the shit on my shoe. Alright, this is Lex signing off.